Hello students, welcome back to TUTORhub, your e-classroom on YouTube. Today, this is part 4 of our balancing chemical equations and we'll be having more examples today. So hang on and let's learn together, right? So before we proceed, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel because that will make you notified of the new videos that I upload. And of course, like the videos and leave a comment. Write any questions that you may have that I can be of help, and any topics that you would like us to discuss in the coming days for the new videos that I will upload. So I hope that helps, and without further ado, let us begin by discussing the MNO technique for balancing chemical equations. Okay? So if you haven't already, please watch the previous videos that I posted on my channel, because those videos also contain important techniques and tips, tricks how to solve this type of problems in chemistry, because for sure this is one of the biggest things that you may find difficult, and you may not love chemistry because of your perception that balancing chemical equations is really difficult. But here we'll make it easy. I'll give you shortcuts and techniques on how to do that. So what is the MNO technique? So briefly, MNO technique stands for metals, non-metals, then oxygen, and hydrogen. Okay. So this is the sequence of the elements that we need to balance in the chemical equation in order for us to have an easier time doing our work. Okay? And we have shown in our previous videos and later in our next examples how easy it is to balance chemical equations using this technique. So to illustrate that, let's have this example. Sodium plus water forms sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So we'll write MNO here to guide us. So first, we balance the metals. The metal in this example, we have the reactants and products. We have sodium on the reactant side, that's 1, and sodium on the product side, that's also 1. So that balances sodium out. Then we don't have any non-metals other than oxygen and hydrogen, so we leave that. And then we have hydrogen here, who is alone. So we will balance at last because we can manipulate this much easier because hydrogen here is alone. So we'll balance oxygen first. So oxygen in this case for the reactant is 1. Oxygen here is also 1 for the product. So that's already balanced, right? Okay. Then for hydrogen, we have 2 on the reactant side, and on the product side, we have 2 plus 1, that's 3. The thing is, your hydrogen here is separate from the other hydrogens. So we need to think about how to balance this equation, because if you multiply this by 3, right, if we put 3 here, for example, that will have a chain reaction on the things that will happen with the other hydrogen and oxygen atoms. So what if we put 2 here to make our hydrogen atom here 2 and here 2? That makes a total of 4 our hydrogen atoms on the product side. And if we place 2 here, that makes our hydrogen atoms on the reactant side total to 4, right? But because of this adjustment, that makes our oxygen atom 2 also on the product side, and 2 also on the reactant side. Okay? Same with sodium. Sodium became 2 by adding 2 as a coefficient to sodium hydroxide. Therefore, to balance sodium, we need to put 2 as coefficient for your sodium metal. So all in all, our balanced chemical equation is 2 sodium plus 2 water forming 2 sodium hydroxide and 1 hydrogen atom. So that becomes our balanced chemical equation. Did you find that easy? So with this, by following this sequence, you notice the flow of the process that once you manipulate one, the others would follow. But of course, you need to analyze how to manipulate or what coefficients to actually add on your chemical substances in order for you to balance the chemical equation. So we're done with the first example. We'll go to the second example this time. That's silver oxide to form silver and oxygen. So it's quite straightforward. On the reactant side, we have silver, that's MNO. Our metal is silver. You have 2 on the reactant side. On the product side, silver is 1. So we place 2 here to balance that. So silver gets balanced. Oxygen on the reactant side is 1. And oxygen on the product side is 2. So we need to place 2 here in order to balance the oxygen. But by adding 2 on silver oxide, we multiply our silver by 2. So we now have 4 silver atoms on the reactant side. Therefore, we need to change our coefficient for silver on the product side so that it balances to 4 atoms, right? So that's 2 silver oxide forming 4 silver plus oxygen, okay? That's how easy the process is. So for today, our last example is sulfur plus oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. So you have S8 plus O2 forming SO3, so MNO technique. No metals or non-metal other than oxygen and hydrogen is sulfur. So on the reactant side, sulfur is 8. On the product side, sulfur is 1. So we place 8 on the SO3, makes it 8. And then our oxygen is balanced next. We have 2 here. Oxygen here is 8 times 3, that's 24. Therefore, we place 12 here to balance that out to 24. For the reactant side, then that's the balanced chemical equation already. So you notice how easy the process is. That fast, that quick, we're able to balance this chemical equation. So I hope you learned something today. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share with your friends, and watch it over again so that you'll be able to master how to balance chemical equations, and leave a comment on what topics you would like to learn next. And see you in the next video. Happy learning, everyone. Have a good day.